in Cienfuego, which is a small town in Cuba, and you might be stuck in a small town like this one and you feel like you only have a handful of dating options and it seems like your dating life is doomed. Well, you don't have to be like most of your friends who probably married their high school sweetheart. You do have some options. My name is Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and this is how to meet your dream woman even if you live in a small town like this one. So in Cuba, apparently, or at least in this town, they do bread with mayonnaise. It tastes just like bread with mayonnaise. Not very good. Here's the deal, man. If you're in a small town, then your best option is get the heck out of there, move to a bigger city. I know it's gonna cost more money, and that's probably one of the reasons that's keeping you in the smaller town, but you tend to also make more money when you live in a bigger city. So just keep that in mind. It's gonna make your dating life way easier when you can step out of your apartment and there's beautiful women everywhere, or it's just a short drive away. It just makes everything better as far as meeting women as well as going on dates, because there's better venues to take women. Now, if that's not an option, if you're just not willing to do that because your family's in that town, maybe you're working for the family business and you don't want to disappoint them, whatever the reason is, first of all, I'm sure they will understand that you want to get the heck out of there, at least until you get married. But whatever, if it's just not an option, you're saving money in that small town, then you're gonna have to invest in going to other towns to practice in. Hopefully there's a city that's much bigger that's an hour or two away so you can just drive to it, but if not, that means you're gonna have to fly. Hopefully it's not an expensive flight. Fly to Vegas, LA, New York, Miami, Austin. Those are my favorite cities. Chicago's pretty good. Maybe you're in another country, but find a city that has over 500,000 people and go to it once a week. I know if you're gonna have to fly once a week, it's gonna suck. You're gonna have to get a hotel room probably, but you need to practice and you can't blow yourself out of the entire city that you're living in where everybody knows that you're like the pickup guy. You don't want to get that kind of reputation. Now I know that's not the advice you want to hear, going to another city all the time, but you gotta do it. You gotta put in the practice, because chances are you're out of practice, man, and you need to improve your skill. Now, of course, you can drastically improve that learning curve and get good a whole lot faster if you invest in coaching. Whether it's with me, one of my team members, or another company, get this part of your life handled so you don't need to be going to another city and approaching, 50 women a day. By the way, in a big city, you can approach 10, 20, 30 women a day, no problem. Whereas in your town, that would be a bad idea. You'd be known as the weird pickup guy, and you definitely don't want that reputation. On that same note though, if you see a woman who's really attractive and there's a chance you're not gonna see her again, or maybe you're not gonna see her for a while, go after her. Run across the street if you have to. Risk embarrassment, because that could be the one, you never know. Any woman that you see potentially could be the one. So be direct and tell her, hey, I just ran across the street and had to risk embarrassment. And I know this is super awkward and weird, but I had to come over and say hi to you because I thought you were really cute. So pretty, absolutely gorgeous, whatever compliment you want to give her. But again, don't do that 10 times a day in your small city with every semi-attractive girl you see, or you're gonna get a bad reputation. Again, a big city, it's totally fine, no problemo. So then what can you do if you want to practice more and you want to approach a lot more women in your own city, and you're not gonna take my tip and go to another city all the time? Well, you're gonna need to start a social circle, my friend. That was good. A lot of fish.
Muy especial.
Hanging out with my crocodile. Giant devil-horned crocodiles in Cuba. Cuban crocs are a lot more evil than normal crocs. Go to a different one. Go to a different crocodile.
No.
Just like my crocodile friends somewhere behind me, who are kind of part of a social circle, I guess. you want to form a social circle, especially if you live in a small town. And you can do this anywhere, even if you live in a huge city. But especially if you live in a small town, because A, you're not going to see a lot of opportunities. You might only see one attractive woman a week or even a month for that matter. And by the way, that's why you need to have skills and practice so you know what to do and what to say. And so you approach her in a confident and charming and effective manner, because you don't have a lot of options. It's not like you're going to get a lot of chances with that kind of woman. But what I want you to do on top of that is when you meet people that just seem cool, whether they're attractive or not, especially women, but even you can do this with guys, is I want you to meet them, but in a friendly manner, not in a direct manner saying, hey, I think you're gorgeous, blah, 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 I want to take you on a date. Not that kind of manner, more of a general, casual manner. Like, for example, you meet somebody at the grocery store, they're in line with you. In a small town, you could say, hey, didn't I see you last week at the library? Or aren't you friends with so-and-so? Because, hey, everybody knows each other pretty much. So chances are she's gonna know Joe or Steve or Bob or whoever. Even if she says, no, I don't know him, say, oh, okay, well, I've seen you around here. Anyways, my name's Matt. Hi. This is totally awkward. I'm Matt. What's your name? Catherine? Yeah. And then all you have to do after that is invite her to an event, which means you need to have an event that you're gonna throw. It can be small, it can be just a house party, a small get-together, it can be a bunch of friends going to a bar, it can be dinner, it can be whatever you want it to be, really. Hiking, going boxing. I have a friend who invites a bunch of people boxing every week. Whatever you like to do, whatever you enjoy, invite her to it and tell her to bring her friends. And that will make her want to go, because if you're inviting that person on a one-on-one date, that's risky for a woman. That's a big commitment. She's committing like 2 or 3 hours of her night. Whereas if you say, hey, I'm throwing a cool event, it's gonna be really fun, there's gonna be a lot of cool people, and bring your friends, then it feels like such a low commitment. She can just stop by with her friends. It's not risky. She's not risking her life, where women sometimes feel like they're risking their life when they go on a one-on-one date with a guy. So anyways, you do this all the time. You're gonna invite a bunch of people to your event, which is just a house party or whatever it is that you want it to be. And let's say you only invite 20 people. In a month, you can get 20 phone numbers. And by the way, I recommend social media over phone number for this, because this is a very casual approach. And social media is a lot more casual than a phone number. It's just a small commitment. It's like not even a commitment. Follow me on Instagram, like everybody will say yes to that. So let's say you invite 20 women to your event, and let's say only 5 of them say yes and show up. That's pretty good, by the way. That's 25%. And guess what? They're not gonna come alone. They're each gonna bring at least one friend. Some of them probably gonna bring 2 or 3 friends. So now you have at least 10 girls at your event, and maybe you're the only guy, or maybe you invited 1 or 2 of your guy friends, and now you're just all hanging out, having a good time. Some of the girls are single, some are probably in a relationship, but you're gonna flirt a little bit with all of them. Not heavy flirting. You're not gonna make out with anybody. You're just gonna, you know, light touch, bantering, teasing, having a good time. It's really easy. In fact, you can just kick back and chill for a while. You can even just hang out with your guy friend and talk to your guy friend if you invited one for a little while, because the girls will talk to each other. You really don't have to do much. I remember one time I had 14 girls show up and I was the only guy. We pre-partied at my place, went to 2 different clubs, and then we came back to my place for the after party. And I remember thinking this is like the easiest date. It's like a group date that I ever went on. Like, I could just kick back, relax, listen to the music, drink my beer, admire the beautiful women in my group. Of course, I was flirting with all of them too, but oftentimes I would just kick back and just chill. It's easy, man. And the beauty of it is that some of the girls that are single, that are really attractive, that you hit it off great with, either the ones that you invited or they were invited by other girls that you invited, you can hit them up next week and get one-on-one dates with them. So you could set up countless dates using this method. It works really, really well. So start doing that, man. Plus, man, when you create that social circle and you're always inviting people to these events, you're gonna meet more and more people. So instead of just having parties at your place, hopefully you'll meet some people who have really cool places. Maybe somebody who owns a mansion or a yacht, and you can throw parties there. But the point is, you're gonna become the go-to guy, the connector, the guy that knows everybody in your city. You're gonna become the man. The man who knows everybody is the high status man. And then it's even easier to meet beautiful women because women will be bringing you women. So to summarize, move out of your town if you can. Move to a bigger city. If you're not willing to do that, then practice in a big city at least once a week. Do whatever it takes to get there. And when you see opportunities, whether it's once a week, once a month, whatever it might be, where you see a woman where you're like, wow, I have to talk to her, go talk to her. And that's why you need to practice or take a boot camp. We have a lot of boot camps all over the world. Check out our boot camp schedule down below. And also apply for a free breakthrough session to see if you qualify for coaching. Plus, we'll give you a ton of value on that call as well. And finally, create a social circle in your city. Become the man that everybody knows. And then you'll have the highest choice of women in your city. And you can thank me later. And if you need to know what to say or what to do when you see that beautiful woman, so you can confidently go up to her and have a great conversation that sparks attraction and gets her to chase you, then make sure to download my free conversation cheat sheet. I'll put a link to it down in the description and to the right of this screen in just a second. So get it, man, it's absolutely free. And make sure to subscribe to this channel. Click that bell notification icon so you don't miss a thing. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. And if you got questions, hit me up on Instagram, follow me and send me a DM. We can chat and I can help you out. My name is Matt Artisan, coming at you from Cuba with the beautiful Jen Mijares behind me. And I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.